Don't make comments during the hand. Just don't do it again. I don't want an apology. Don't do it again.
We've got a blind-on-blind confrontation here. Artem Litvinov with kings in the small blind just calls.
Litvinov getting trickier than the Rainbow Road stage in Mario Kart.
Van Plu checks his option with 8-10 suited. Flops a pair and a flush draw. Litvinov bets 1,500.
Now Vamps could raise, but with a hand this strong, sometimes you don't want to risk getting a fold. No danger of that.
Van Plu calls and hits his flush on the turn, the 3 of spades. Litvinov has the king of spades in his hand. He could make a bigger flush with another spade on the river. He bets again, 2,800. And once again, Van Plu just calls.
Calling to make sure the river isn't terrible and to see if Litvinov will put in another bet with a good hand.
A blank on the river, the 4 of diamonds.
And it looks like Litvinov is going to put in another bet.
Van Plu only has around 19,000 behind. Litvinov bets a healthy percentage of that, 6,800.
I don't see how Vamps can do anything but shove. I think just calling is a mistake.
If you want to go all in, don't wait, I call. I promise you. You said all in, I quickly call. Because you have short stack.
Already hasn't slept for days. I think he just wants to move things along.
Vamps doesn't do anything in a hurry.
I would also like to move things along. I think Litvinov's speech may have actually convinced David he's super strong.
Please not slow roll me if you go all in. Because I have a... I promise you, if you say all in, I call. Quickly call. You can call or fold or call or all in.
It's a fair question.
Much like Free Willy, Daniel not a huge fan of the tank.
Thank you. Oh, it's okay. Don't worry. Please, thinking. Don't worry. Sorry. because if this guy said me, I thinking call or fold, I'm sit down and don't worry. 10 minutes, 20, 1 hour. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Slow roll, yeah.
Van Plu all in, the insta call, and Litvinov not happy.
Just a slow roll.
I don't think it was a slow roll.
You're acting so strong, it put me off.
Я быстро закалил. Таращишься на меня. Ну, чистый клоун, ну, таращишься. Понятно, что флеша купил. Я же говорю, что я не выкину уже пас. Добавить 6-8 тысяч. Сидит, исполняет на меня. Таращит свои сделки. Таращит.
Stay out of it, Daniel.
Чистый клоун, я тебе говорю. Чистый клоун.
Just the cool. I'm not trying to waste time.
Слушай, да я не понимаю, по-английски можешь мне ничего не говорить. Я же сказал, что ты клоун уже. Если тебя переведут потом, пускай переведут.
You think he liked Vamp's play?
I don't think there were many compliments in that speech. Klein's ahead with ace high, and he has the nut flush draw. Canet has a gut shot.
So now it's Canet's turn to try to pick on the drinker. Come at me, bro.
He bets 75,000. And Klein raises to 150k.
For that amount, Canet probably has to peel.
He calls. The turn card is the 7 of hearts, so Canet is now double gutted.
Pretty good turn for Canet.
He checks to Klein, who bets 225,000. And that's a check raise to 540,000.
Still trying to poker boss the real life boss, turning his hand into a bluff, but Klein has a hand he simply cannot fold.
He calls, and we have a pot of more than 1.5 million. And it's a spade on the river, the nut flush for Klein.
In his mind, he gets there on the river, just like Colonel Kurtz. The horror.
He makes a tiny bet, 125,000.
The horror.
I have the best hand, fold.
You make the flush on the river.
Yeah, of course I did. With ace queen. Maybe. Or I'm bluffing. I don't know. I forgot to see my cards. You try to see? No, I can show you that. If I doesn't have the flush, it's the best bluff ever done on this table.
I love the smell of Morton Klein in the morning. Smells like victory. and beer.
And if I bluff, and I said I was bluffing, then it's a good bluff.
I think I followed that.
Yes?
Can it folds?
I told you.
Wow. Swore I thought he showed his queen of clubs.
It was a good race, almost I fold.
Action on Roger Spets with pocket jacks.
Certified.
35,000, wow. Blinds are 4 and 8,000. So a little bit larger than the standard size raise, which would have been something more like 24,000.
Feldinger takes a peek and folds, as does Bas van Leer. Marcus gets out of the way over to the young 23-year-old American living in Thailand, Nicholas Bamman, with pocket nines.
It's a big raise.
That it is. Generally speaking, a big raise like that represents a hand like 2 jacks.
Call.
He will make the call.
I don't fault him here for making the call. I think Bamman's doing the right thing.
Huge underdog here as we go to the flop. And the flop, there is a 9, queen 8.
Incredible flop here. 3 9s for Bamman, but Spets with a pair of jacks gives him also a straight draw.
Bamman checks, as does Spets, and we go to the turn. The turn is a 4 of spades.
Bamman, obviously with the best hand, 3 9s, is going to bet out 50,000. If I was Spets here, I might think that my 2 jacks are good. There was no bet on the flop.
Stroke left.
Asks for a count.
133.
Looks like Spets is trying to pick up a read. He's looking over at him, trying to gauge whether or not Bamman is really strong or is maybe making a little bluff. He's counting out. Big stack of chips.
That's more than 50,000.
Oh, I would expect at least the call from Spets.
That a queen? You don't even have a queen.
Oh, a bit of information being traded there.
Well, Spets asking him if he has a queen. That's kind of giving away information about his own hand. By showing that he's worried about the queen, it represents that maybe he has a pair of jacks or 10s, which is exactly what he has here. So I think Bamman has a read on what he's got. 4 9s!
Oh my goodness, Spets called and Bamman's hit quads. Bamman with the check mark, which means he cannot lose this hand unless he folds, which I don't think he's going to do.
Haven't seen that in a while. And he's all in. Okay. He's putting the pressure on Spets, and now Spets here has to ask himself, what am I up against here? I can't beat a queen. I can't beat him if he has 10 jack. Of course, if he has a 9, I'm dead.
You have jacks.
Wow. Did you hear that?
Jacks.
Bamman just called out his hand.
That must be intimidating for a player when you're at the table and the player opposite you calls your hand.
Yeah, but I don't know if I would have done that there.
That's why you're smiling, because you got the jack.
I wouldn't have done that if I was Bamman.
That's what you have. Jacks. I'm asking you, you have jacks. Yeah,
Now that's honesty.
pretty good read. Got a 9. I fold him.
Wow, an excellent laydown there by Roger Spets. I think he totally picked up some information on the river, and Bamman made a little bit of a mistake there, being a little too relaxed and normal. It was pretty clear there that he had a strong hand. Excellent laydown there by Spets. Got the information needed, made a brilliant laydown.
I thought you were gonna call me, man. Oh, what happened? That was a tough spot.
Action's on Phil.
500.
Under the gun, he picks up aces and he raises to 500.
Ivey's so baller, he hates aces. Too easy.
King-Queen for last year's finalist, David Bernstein. And he raises a 3-bet to 1,300.
Against an under-the-gun raiser, I like folding more than I like calling. I hadn't thought of 3-betting. It's repping huge strength.
So much strength that Simon Charette folded ace-queen there.
Yeah, ace-queen is like an insta-fold after under-the-gun +1 start clicking buttons.
Call.
Helio Cream calls in the big blind with 9s.
Cold calling's really tempting there, but I think it sucks when Ivey 4-bets you, which he's gonna do a lot, and it's pretty possible right now.
Ivey does 4-bet, makes it 5,500 total. Bernstein gives it up.
Action back on the guy whose name is somehow a mashup of Chino Ream. Ivey's giving him a pretty bad price. Folding's totally cool.
Ivey takes it down with a pre-flop 4-bet.
Everyone was repping so huge, Ivey accidentally chased him out.
Nice sandwich up.
What a hat.
What do you have?
The odds are I'm going to miss it.
I folded jacks.
5 in a row.
No, you did not.
Yeah, I did.
No, you did not.
Baller.
That's a lie.
You didn't even think about saying no, you didn't there.
Yeah.
Didn't even think about it.
That's a lie, my friend.
Baller.
See, it's funny. You know we're on TV, right? You shouldn't like.
No, he said it's not on TV. He said it's not on TV.
Well, eventually it will be. He's kidding.
Now I
he's
know
kidding.
you're lying. Thank you.
Confirmed.
That was a good bluff.
Baller.
Matthias Eriksson. It's been folded round to him. And he's going to limp in.
He can't possibly limp with that hand.
I'm afraid he just has. And Andy Black's all in again.
This time I have a good hand.
Peter's right, but he shouldn't be saying that.
And strictly speaking, Andy's hand is better than Eriksson's. Well, he can't possibly call.
No, he's doing this for Andy's benefit to just let him stew a little bit while he thinks about it. But no, he's going to fold.
Bit of dwelling, bit of TV time. And his cards go in the muck.
Don't make comments during the hand.
Andy's kicked off.
It's really bad.
And
yeah?
he's right, of course.
You know? I was just joking. No, but it's not a joke, yeah? You're right. It's not a joke. It's,
he's not happy.
It's not. It's
No,
the second
no,
time you've done
he's
that,
extremely
right?
unhappy about this.
You made a comment which could influence the pot, yeah? You can't do that. Oh, he doesn't have a good hand. You should know better than that, yeah?
I apologize.
Yeah, just don't do it again. I don't want an apology. Don't do it again.
Hey, this coming from the guy who moved all in out of turn.
Well, you know, sometimes you just get caught in the heat of the moment.